Hmm. Code Veronica.
Resident Evil.
I'm gonna be so talking about Poland today. It's gonna be crazy. Crazy Poland talk. Have I ever finished this game? I've watched it. I've watched most of it. Can't believe this game has the 10 controllers still. Mm-mm. Oh. Yeah, the controller keeps dying, I guess. Oh. Oh, okay. Should probably link this to people so that they know I'm streaming. Nope. Connected, disconnected. Over and over again. Hold on. Oh my god, this game is so generous with the inks. Okay.
Welcome, Claire. Consider the area you are in a special playground I have prepared just for you. Please try and keep me amused, and do not disappoint me by dying too soon. I so want to enjoy this.
What a strange way to laugh. Let's do this. Whoa. The hell? What the hell is this? Hello, life once beautiful. Are you new to this stream? Do you know me? Do you know who I am? Or did you just see that I'm playing Resident Evil? Wait, where's the ammo for the submachine gun? I think I'm dead. Don't worry, I'm gonna load the game. Yes, I tried. Oh, and the controller died. Claudia? Oh. Hello. Controller died. Ah, the person that DMs me. I understand now. But you know me, right? Since you're DMing me, then you must know me. I feel like I should use the herb. Ah, yes. King critical. Yeah, I was in that collaboration video. Yeah. So this is your first time watching my stream or no? It's always nice to see people on Twitch because I don't really have a Twitch audience and I would like to grow one. This is a fundraiser stream. I'm fundraising for special projects and needs. If that makes sense. Yes. This is where the submachine. Okay. Okay, this box. What the hell? I hate the tank controls. I'm so glad that Capcom did away with the tank controls in the end. Okay. That did not work. Wait, hold on. How am I supposed to? You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna use the... No, that's so wasteful though. Am I supposed to defeat him with a gun? Maybe I'll just use the bow gun. Maybe I'll just use the bow gun. You know? Using the bow gun seems like the... Oop. Seriously, so you can knife the... Yes. Listen, you can... The knife is strong in this game, okay? Also, how do I get the ammo? How do I get to this part? Like, where is the ammo? The ammo's here. Is the game just teasing me? Can I not get the ammo to fight the boss here? Can I only get this ammo after I beat the boss? I don't get it. Guess I'll bolt them. Cutscene related. Wait, how is it cutscene related? Yay! Hooray. Steve! Oh, Steve. Oh, Steve.
Oh yeah, that felt good.
The Matrix? More like the
Don't worry,
Steve
Claire.
Matrix.
Your knight in shining armor is here.
You wish. But thanks for the help.
See? This is why you need me. I got your back.
Whatever. Here. Take these.
Machine guns? For me?
You know the deal. In exchange for your Lugers.
Okay, okay.
Machine guns? For me?
This thing is too cool.
His voice is so
Yes! Now
whiny.
this is my kind of weapon. All right. Huh? Hey, this thing's empty. You cheated me.
Up there. Plenty of ammo. Just for you.
Way up there?
Give me a boost and I'll get it for you.
All right, all right.
I'm gonna leave
Ow!
you for dead.
Back. You're heavier than you look. Hurry up.
Was this President Sunday when he was young?
Happy now?
What?
Now that your knight has made his appearance, he can join you in your descent.
Am I
into
doxing President
death.
Sunday? Is President Sunday's actual name Steve?
Okay, let's do it. Wait here, Claire. Time to test out my new toy.
This is President Sunday before he started doing philosophy. Oh, I actually play as President Sunday now. Look, Sunday. President Sunday. What kind of a surname is Burnside? Oh gosh, Mr. Burnside. With the machine guns. President Sunday loves machine guns, so it tracks somehow. Wait, hold on. There you go. Wrong button. Also, what a strange portrait. Look at this portrait. Smiling maniacally. Family picture. It's a picture of Steve and his parents. Family picture. Steve! I'm also... criminal. Seems like I'm also doxing President Sunday's family. Why am I here? Where are you aiming, Steve? Wait, what am I supposed to do with this guy? Wait, am I supposed to just kill the enemies? Really? That's it? Okay, I did it. Wait, hold on, there's a... What's your favorite Resident Evil game? Ragnarok.
It was dirty work, but this area is now clean. See? You can depend on me. You see? This thing is a lot more reliable than any person.
Than people?
What channel?
Steve, what were you doing here? Who brought you here, and where is your family?
Shut up! I don't want to talk about it.
Jesus Christ.
Steve.
Never mind. Let's get going.
Wait, I want to go back and take those items that I couldn't pick up before. Can I? Can I go back? Also, which channel on the Sunday server? Where's your tier list? Show me. Show me the tier list. Have you at me? Gaming and computers, right? I'll pay you are okay. Can't I go back to that other place? The controller is not working. At least there are no enemies right now. Oh, Steve. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Stevie Wonder Boy. Wow. Steve is so dependable.
Claire, are you okay?
Steve, behind you!
No.
Dad.
What's wrong, Steve? Shoot him!
Wait! I can't!
Yeah.
No!
Steve!
Again. No.
Oh. Ah!
Father!
Father. Damn.
Steve.
Steve.
Father. Father. Father.
Steve. Damn.
Dad used to work for Umbrella. Tried to steal information, intending to sell it off to the highest bidder. He was caught. Mom was killed. And we were sent here.
Oh, Steve.
I was a
God.
fool to do something so reckless,
Oh, Steve.
so stupid.
Oh, Steve.
It's okay now. Just rest.
Oh, Steve. Such a dumbass. Dumbo Steve. But so much ammo for the pistol. A large size relief. The imagery appears to be telling a legend. The legend of Lagaya. It's a tank. You ping me? There you go. Show me the peaks. Resident Evil 2, Free Nemesis. I assume you mean the original, right? Resident Evil 1, 4, Resident Evil Biohazard. I don't. Oh, yeah, okay. Village 2 Remake 4. The Goods. Resident Evil 3 Remake 0. Resident Evil Original. Outbreak, Revelations. I think Veronica is better than Revelations, etc. 5. I think Veronica is better than 5. 6 is just I'm sorry, but 6 is definitely not good to mid, okay? Survivor is apparently really, really bad. Six is definitely bad. One of the worst, actually. Also, please consider joining lucyhaza.org/live and joining the Lucy Haza subscription family so that I can pay for the rent. It's playable, it's not playable. It makes me sick. The game utilizes some weird physics and it makes me sick. So for me, it's not even playable. Like, I cannot play Resident Evil 6 for long because it gives me seasickness, and I'm not even joking. It does. It makes me feel ill. Am I going to have to play, am I going to have to destroy the tank like in Metal Gear Solid? Yeah. I will try to play Resident Evil 6, but I will not be playing it alone. There's no shot I will be playing Resident Evil 6 alone. Same with 5, by the way. I think 6 probably gives you enough ammo to be fine. Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 give you plenty of ammo. Oh god, I thought I could avoid this. No! If I die now... Why didn't I combine it? Wait, why don't I only have... Oh yeah, I'll put away. I don't want to heal. I want to heal with a thing that I will find. I don't want to use the herbs that are in the box. I thought I had 2. I only have 1 herb? No, I'm not using it. Wait, I can use the pistols now. Hold on. Yeah, I have the pistols. I don't want to equip them. I want to use them. Thick books. Too smart for Claire. It's okay, I've got to save. Okay, I'll just left, right, left, right. Okay, I don't remember this. I will not remember this. You will have to remind me of this later. Is this Game of Thrones? Um, oh. What's the password? Am I supposed to know it? Am I supposed to know the password by now? What's the guy's name? Bob? Yeah, it has. No, I don't think I have the file. Yeah, check the password. It was left, right. I don't remember what that thing said. I don't think so. I think the cheese is a very important part of Code Veronica. I think Code Veronica would be bad without the cheese, actually. And ironically. Code Veronica. Music box. Password. Especially Steve's whiny voice. Hold on. I have to check this. Left. Right. What about the password? What about the computer? What about it? Yeah, I'm checking the computer. Yeah. I know, I just didn't remember it. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I know. So what now? Hold on. That should work. Wait, that should have done it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Unless I have to do something to make the digits change. I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? Okay, look. Left, right, left. Right, 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 right. I did it. So what now? It's not, nothing's happening. Am I doing something wrong? Oh. So 1791, I guess. Nothing happens. Oh. Dyslexia. Oh. Yay. The controller died. If you like me playing horror games, then consider joining the page lucyhaza.org/live. Fuck me, controller died. Oh god, I hate this. I hate it. Thanks. Thank you, USB port. I cannot run. The controller died. Also, if you like me playing horror games, then consider... it's not called Veronica's fault that my controller died. If you like, you know... If you like me playing horror games, then consider... joining lucyhaza.org/live and donating or subscribing. Or you could become a $1 Patreon. $1, okay? It's $1. And you get perks. You get wonderful perks. Zoshelix already left. I think it's the name of the... I think that's the year where the twins were born. Or something. Oh, you haven't? I think I might have to actually use the herb that I have in the chest. I wanted to avoid it, but whatever. This is my fate. I will have to find some more herbs and sprays. We don't care about the score, right? We don't care about the whole... You cannot use spray because it's gonna lower your score, right? My social score in Resident Evil. What chest? Does it matter if I get those arrows? Wait, what's the explosive arrows? I don't have explosive arrows. What do you mean? Oh. Sure. I'm gonna save those, though. Shouldn't I just run away? Wouldn't it be best for me to just run away? I use the herb. I used an herb. This is what rich people do. They either have pedophile islands or zombie islands. This is literally what the rich do. I still have to give the guy from the beginning of the game his medicine. I found his medicine. What is this place? Oh, the controller died again. So if I die... Oh, okay, it's alive again. Doesn't anybody like Resident Evil? I think the President Sunday nerds do not like Resident Evil. The music is like in Castlevania. I played the original games on the PlayStation, okay? Resident N64 is like, you know. What the hell? Let's stop. Oh, you did not play the main. I will try to be careful. I should be fine if the controller doesn't die. Tough. Oh my god. That's annoying. The fact that that hit me is annoying. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, come on. I just hit it. Okay, this game is pissing me off a lot. I hate the bats. Oh, come on. These bats are such bullshit enemies. I don't want to waste ammo on... Oh, right. Alright. I don't care about the spray rule. There we go. Yeah, I have to save.
Keep focused, brother. Our enemy is only a little girl. Oh, why is this taking so long?
My apologies, Alexia, but I have been doing my best.
The revival of the Ashford family depends on your success, brother.
I am aware of that, Alexia. I will revive the family name myself and make you the master of the glorious Ashford family.
Do not worry, brother. I will handle them both myself. Who is there? Is someone at the corridor?
No. Are they incestual lovers?
What is it, Alexia?
Nothing. I believe I must have been imagining things.
Let us go, brother.
Is there incest going on? Is this like, I don't know, Game of Thrones? Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. What, is Claire in an incestuous relationship with Chris? Is that what's going on? Hello, Greater Rain. I'm playing your favorite game right now. Oh gosh. Oh. An herb. I actually like this style of Resident Evil more than 4. People love 4 so much, but I like the classic style more than 4. Oh. I know what this is for. I think I know what this is for. Oh, can I not? Do I have to restart the thing? How are you, Greater Rain? Hungry? Why are you hungry? How was the dentist? Oh. You know what you should? Eat a burger. Did I give you good advice? Eat a burger, Greater Rain. Eat a burger. Oh yeah. Also consider donating or subscribing. As always. I will eat later. Oh my god. Is there anything here? Why do I want that? Thanks. There's nothing useful here. I'm gonna have to do some more slop. I get decent views from reacting to idiots, and I got a lot of engagement. No! Oh my god, the controller died again. I hate this so much. Missed me. Miss me, missed me, now you gotta kiss me. You know this little rhyme thing? Miss me, now you gotta kiss me. Do you know this? Oh, the audience went so quiet. You really don't know? The miss me, now you gotta kiss me? Oh. Yeah. Is this ghost? Ah, lockpit. Ah, okay, I get it. Actually, we might as well save the game. Wait, hold on. Oh my god. You say I don't like bones in my food. Wait, what do you mean? Like, you don't like chicken that has bone on it? You don't like biting chicken from your bone of your chicken? You're very picky. You're a picky eater. Oh, come on. That's not fair. You want me to use my guns? Come on. Greater range, should I use my gun? Okay, I will try. I don't know. I feel like I should do the pacifist route. I have to save ammo, not squander it. You know what I mean? I was supposed to bring the balance to the ammunition, not squander it. He's not helping me to use the gun. My guns are too weak. They have too much reach. Maybe I should use the bow gun. Oh wow. It didn't even fully heal me. Who? Who told you that? Isn't that the point of being a viewer of a stream, to backseat things? Oh my god. Are they dead? I arrived successfully from the Umbrella transport base with the large civil bow capsule. Extreme care was taken during transport and all 108 stars of destiny, checkpoints, were confirmed condition green in accordance with the standard procedures. It is currently being stored in a freezer. There is one thing I don't understand. We are formally assigned to special missions. Why were we ordered to transport a frozen capsule this time? Because it's sperm capsule. Okay. I understand that this may be classified as top secret, but without knowledge of the contents, our safety could be at risk during the transport. This is especially important in the contents and potentially harmful. We would like to ask you to provide us with more information should we assign similar missions in the future. I still remember the good old days that I spent here in the military training center. Nothing has changed since then. We will gear up for the next mission. Honk. Great terrain. Are you eating a burger? Finally, we got this plate. We're gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. You understand my feelings? Alright, now I know what to do. I'm ready. Greater range. Have you eaten a burger? Eat a burger, Great Rain. For those who come after, you know? Oh gosh. No. Yeah. And also use the plate. Why did you only eat half the pork, John? Why not eat the full thing? Greater, and why not eat the full pork chop? Don't be greedy. Eat the full thing. Wait, hold on. What was that? It had bones. Eat the bones. Eat the bones, Greta, right? Eat the bones. Eat the bones like... No! The controller died. Eat the bones like Dr. Jones. Do you understand? Isn't that right? Reiterate, Dr. Jones would eat the bones. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sometimes it is Dr. Jones, but sometimes it is Dr. Bones. Get it? Dr. Jones, Dr. Bones? You don't get it. You don't understand. I don't know. I think I'm funny. Dr. Bones, Dr. Jones. What the hell? Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones. Oh my god, this is so horrible. Avoiding these enemies is so annoying. I'm actually considering just killing this enemy. You eat. That or... Actually, there is a way. Okay, there is a way to cope with hunger. You have to suck on a button. Have you ever seen that horror movie, The Cube? Where they were locked in a cube. It was an indie movie. I hate that movie. And they were hungry after some time and they just sucked on buttons. Yeah, that's how you cope with hunger. You suck on a button. Or you can drink water. That will fill your stomach. Those are two tested ways to cope with hunger. Suck on a button or drink water. Or eat a burger. I'm in danger. Reiterate, how do you cope with being in danger? I could have just done this. Oh my god, more zombies. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. I am a winner. I think. Am I a winner? Am I a dirty loser? Consider going to lucyhazard.org/live and donating or subscribing. Because you know what? I am in need of your help. Oh, well that worked. Oh, Steve. There is a demon in my mind. I can't control the fierce impulses that the demon sometimes drives me to act upon. It is a brutal ceremony, with the demon next to me. I enjoy watching people agonize in pain, screaming and convulsing repeatedly as they die. Uh-oh, the controller died. But Sir Alfred was kind enough to acknowledge me and has given me the facilities, chemicals, and equipment necessary to study everything. The controller died again. I must never betray Sir Alfred's kindness. It is especially critical that no one discovers the secret place that only he and I know about. I swear, the basement of this medical building will be kept secret. Of course, I keep the key to the secret place with me at all times. Even if an outsider sees it, they will never be able to tell that it is the key. I must remember that my life ends when I lose Sir Alfred's trust. An eye. An eye is missing. An eye for an eye. But there is a second place where we have to use the thing. This game is quite generous with the ammunition, I will admit. Wait, there was a door leading somewhere else here? Oh my gosh. Oh. Am I in danger again? Yes, I am. All right. Something's better be in these cases, okay? No! I think it's time to do some slop. Maybe. Especially since the controller died again. Okay, it's time to react to some stupid person. We'll continue this next time. How many people do we have here? All right, let's do some content. That's gonna be, I'll be able to turn into a segment or something. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is the US going to put troops on the ground in Iran? Is that what's happening now? Oh, we're going to be talking about so many things. Russia sanctions Poland, because Poland is not very smart. Okay, I'm being unfair. When I say Poland, I mean the Polish president, not really Poland as a whole. So I was being a bit unfair there to Poland. Poland is a country. Alright, let's go. But this is going to be politics. Oh, why modern debates are fake and gay. I guess I'm on my leaflets. I don't know. I'm on my weird leaflets, but I saw this and I decided why not? Why the hell not? I'm on my anti-VTuber thing right now. Modern debates are fake and gay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. My modern debates are fake and gay. Browser. Ooh, okay. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for this.
How debates became dumb.
My name is Trent Horn, and my first contention is that today
Became dumb. You're smart before. Were debates smart before, but they just became dumb.
today's popular debate formats are stupid and unproductive. Hey. Hello, howdy. Okay, so you say popular debate formats
The fake VTuber for slap.
are stupid, but you're arguing that in a popular debate format. So you've just contradicted yourself. I am very intelligent. I actually haven't contradicted myself because you can critique a system that you belong to. For example, oh, I'm sorry, you already lost the debate because
Yeah. Except being in a debate is not being part of a system. Okay. Debate is not a system that you are part of, whether you like it or not. Like living in a society, you very much put yourself in a debate situation. You have to get out of your way to put yourself in a debate environment. Okay, debate is not something that just happens naturally and you're just part of it whether you like it or not. It's not a system.
you took too long to answer.
So that's stupid.
Bro, this is
That argument is just whatever.
so fucking real. This is so fucking real, actually.
Now I can clip this and put it on TikTok and make it look like I totally own you. Wait, what? But you're arguing.
Oh my god.
But you're arguing that in a popular debate format. So you've just contradicted yourself. I am very intelligent.
This is like particularly relevant right now, and it bothers me so much. It bothers me so much.
As a Christian, I want to share
But
my
you're not gonna elaborate why, as usual.
faith with as many people as possible, and Christians have often used debates to do that. But in today's episode, we'll see how debates have become dumb ways of sharing the truth and how we can restore debates to their former glory.
They're all doing it.
Where have debates been a way to share the truth?
Yes, everyone's
aka
doing
debates,
this.
were a big part of medieval Christian culture, which carried into the Reformation, as can be seen in the Leipzig disputation between Martin Luther and Johann Eck. Then, with the rise of democratic republics centuries later, debates became a way to persuade voters. In 1858, people would gather to
I'm
listen
sorry.
to debates became a way to Luther and Johann Eck. Then, with the rise of democratic seen in the Leipzig disputation between Martin Luther and Johann Eck. Then, with the
I'm
rise
pretty
of
sure
democratic
that when I think debate, I think of the Greeks, actually, not Christians.
sharing the truth and how we can restore debates to their former glory.
They're all
Public
doing this.
disputations,
Everyone's
aka
doing
debates,
this.
were a big part of medieval Christian culture, which carried into the Reformation, as can be seen in the Leipzig disputation.
I guess we're just gonna We're just gonna skip that whole ancient debate thing because it doesn't fit the Christian narrative or something.
Between Martin Luther and Johann Eck. Then, with the rise of democratic republics centuries later, debates became a way to persuade voters. In 1858, people would gather to listen to Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas debate for 3 hours, where each speaker had long, uninterrupted periods to lay out his case for how America should be governed. But now we live in a very different time, as can be seen in the mockery of what we now call presidential debates.
Donald, I understand rules are very hard for you. They're very confusing.
I have his book.
Okay,
on your reality TV show, not in
Thank you for the book. Donald,
thank you for the book. Go ahead.
Donald, you can get back on your meds.
A lot of
now.
fun up here tonight, I have to tell you.
Even the CNN closed captioning guy gave up and just called this unintelligible yelling. These aren't debates. There's no central
Modern
point
ones
that
are
is discussed
funnier.
at length.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right?
It's not my fault that Republicans are stupid and cannot exchange ideas in a calm manner. That's a GOP problem.
It's entertainment. Modern discourse and modern debate is just for entertainment. It's not actually about ideas.
These are just opportunities for someone to get the soundbite of the night that will be played ad nauseum.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna treat Trump as some standard of what debate is or should be.
On cable news networks and social media posts the next day. What we have today comes from the advent of television debates that elevated style over substance. In 1960, the first televised presidential debate took place between John F. Kennedy and incumbent Vice President Richard Nixon. Nixon was tired recovering from knee surgery, and he had a suit that blended into the background. JFK, however, was tan, energetic, and had a skilled makeup team. It's a myth that radio listeners thought Nixon won on substance, whereas TV audiences thought JFK won because he looked better. But a televised format at the very least helped JFK and did not help Nixon. This is one reason no incumbent U.S. president took part in debates until Gerald Ford in 1976. And he probably should have skipped them because the following gaffe he made about the Soviet Union was widely seen as costing him the election.
There is no Soviet domination of Eastern Europe, and there never will be under a Ford administration.
This was also one year after the premiere of Saturday Night Live, which began its tradition of parodying presidential debates, including mocking Ford's gaffe about Soviet domination.
Certainly anyone can crack under the pressure of these debates and say something incredibly dumb. But to set the record straight, could you describe what you saw on your last visit to Poland?
Miss Montgomery, last year I visited the capital of Poland, and let me just say from the outset that Milwaukee is a beautiful city.
The gaffe hunting has been present in presidential debates ever since, and it's made its way into popular debate channels. Jubilee is a prime example of this, and it's so copyright sensitive, I'm just going to show you Jubilee parodies, but you get the idea because the parodies accurately reflect how people act in these exchanges.
Yeah, Jubilee is, I don't even know if Jubilee is a representative of what modern debate is.
Yeah. My first claim is that I don't think I should be murdered. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'm going to talk really fast in order to make a half-baked point and just hope you don't call me out on it. Does it really matter if I kill you? Secondly, hold on. Please don't interrupt me.
Ben Shapiro has been on Jubilee, and he agreed with Michael Knowles that it's a very high-stress environment because no matter how well of a case you make, everybody's just waiting to get that one viral.
Yeah, of course, they just want to. You're purely on the defensive. You're purely on the defensive against, like, you know, not only are you outnumbered, but you're purely on the defensive, and like all they have to do is make you make one mistake to like really fuck you over, basically.
Moment where you get owned, and that's the only moment anyone remembers.
Some people have not done well on that show. You did well on the show, but I've noticed, without naming names, some people have had a tough time because you can win for 2 hours of that show. If the show is 2 hours and 2 minutes long, you can win 2 hours of it. If you flub for two seconds.
It's very high pressure. It's very high pressure.
You lose, you look crazy. You look terrible.
Because it all gets clipped. It's all about the clips that come out from the thing, for sure.
Even regular people on social media treat comment debates as an opportunity to own the other side, like by reposting a poorly worded response with snarky commentary that allows your own fans to virtually dogpile the other person. This is why I find social media debates to usually be a waste of time, and so in many cases, I'll just privately message the person I disagree with. So this leads me to ask, how do we restore the dignity of debates? Well, first, we should treat debates like reading a textbook, not
What?
watching a wrestling match. Debates are an entertaining way to be educated. And my conversion in high school.
One thing about that, though, that I do have to say, I don't think it's
I'm sorry, what? Reading a textbook?
possible anymore. And that's because the media landscape that we live in, like this kind of content creation, like kind of fast and like loose style debate is like what's entertaining to people. So I don't know how you put that genie back in the bottle.
Was due in large part to the debates William Lane Craig had with atheists and Patrick Madrid had with Protestants. But a person could be good at winning debates and still hold a false worldview. That's why we should score debates not
Can you give examples?
on who seemed more confident or left their opponent speechless, but by taking notes to see which arguments were used and how they were answered. This opens the door for us to learn more about all of the evidence and all the arguments involved, since a debater might forget to include them or just not have enough time to include all of them in his discussion. That's why it's silly when some atheists think they've refuted William Lane Craig by only responding to what he's presented in formal debates and not his much deeper material in his academic works. Now, that doesn't mean we
Well, it is true too that it's kind of hard to, you can't get to like literally everything during debate. And the format of debates are so time pressured that you don't really have time to think about it, right? And this is just like from personal experience. It's like when you're,
I mean, you have refuted their arguments in the debate. That part is true. So
actually engaged with somebody in a debate, it's like you don't have time to actually sit there and like strategize out and like think through everything that is going to be said. And it's kind of hard to do it on the fly sometimes.
shouldn't make powerful arguments in debates that lead to memorable moments. A lot of people remember the colorful questions I asked Destiny in our debate on abortion, but I wasn't trying to gotcha him. I sincerely wanted to analyze Destiny's worldview and show where it leads to absurd outcomes. In fact, when I recapped the debate with Ben Shapiro,
this guy debated Destiny.
I corrected Ben on a misunderstanding he had related to Destiny's argument. And to help create this kind of environment, debate participants should see themselves not as gladiator-like opponents, but as teaching partners who work together to help an audience understand what's being debated.
That's kind of like when I debate people, I want to understand like what makes them think what they do. Like I want to, and that's why I ask a lot of questions, because it's like I want to know what they actually believe and why they believe.
Well, you also try to lead people to your conclusions, from what I've noticed from at least one debate that I've seen you do. So it's not just asking questions.
And that actually had a lot of criticism like drawn to me of saying like, oh yeah, Leaflet, all you do is ask people questions. All you do is critique them and ask them questions. Yeah, because I don't know what they believe. I'm not them, right? Like I need to understand what they believe, because I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to just like when I'm debating somebody about a topic, it's not only is it about like my worldview, but I don't want to understand their worldview, how they came to those conclusions, because I don't know how you even combat like even another worldview if you don't actually know how they arrived at that point.
When I debated Ben Watkins on God's existence,
like I've seen this a lot. I've seen a lot of like criticism of people saying, "Oh yeah, Leaflet doesn't she doesn't know what she's talking about. All she does is ask questions.
Oh my
like
God.
she doesn't know like all of this data and stuff like that. Like I just want to know like what's the philosophy behind the worldview. That's what I'm interested in.
we exchanged our opening statements beforehand, and that allowed us to have a substantive debate where each of us could present the best case to the audience and let them decide. After the debate ended,
Leaflet root cause analyzing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do. I want to know the root of their beliefs. And that's why, like, when I, and so, like, for example, this is why, like, when I, oh, never mind. I don't want to.
where each of us could present the best case to the audience and let them decide. After the debate ended, Ben gave me a hug on stage and he said to me, "We did it," because we saw ourselves as partners, not enemies, trying to present our best case. Now, that does not mean Christians shouldn't try to win these exchanges or go for an intellectual knockout.
Yeah.
It just means you should fight fairly without fighting dirty.
Yeah.
For example, one unfair tactic is to unload.
So one thing I kind of do disagree with him on this. One thing I do disagree with him on this, though, is the modern debate landscape. People do fight dirty. And I don't think you can fight somebody. I don't think really you can fight somebody fairly when they're fighting dirty. I feel like
I don't know what this person means when they say fight dirty.
kind of do have to, you know, it's kind of like what Asmund says. It's like if they go low, you kind of have to meet them low. Yeah.
Asmon. Yeah, Asmongold, the person that refuses to talk to anybody, sure.
Fighting dirty is rewarded. Yeah, it is. It definitely is, right?
How do you fight dirty?
Is, and you see this all the time against like you see this all the time against like
Yeah, like against like who?
Like Andrew Wilson, for instance. Right?
Oh my God, Andrew Wilson again. Andrew Wilson. Yeah, the problem is that Andrew Wilson, when he loses on arguments, he just defaults to insults. When I don't know when Andrew Wilson starts losing on any sort of argumentation, he will just say that his debate opponent looks like they have Down syndrome or something. That is Andrew Wilson. So forgive me for not treating Andrew Wilson as a serious person when it comes to debates. Forgive me for not having any respect for Andrew Wilson.
Like they'll go dirty. They'll go dirty on Andrew Wilson, and that's when he. So a lot of people think that Andrew Wilson's really mean. Like
he's not mean. He's very dishonest and slimy.
It's like he comes into a debate like an asshole. He only does that when people attack him first. So Andrew Wilson goes like unchained basically when the opponent drops decorum. So when
that's not true. That's not true at all. I've seen Andrew Wilson go to personal insults simply when he has no retort to arguments.
Opponent is like, well, I'm going to break etiquette and attack you outside of etiquette. Then that's when Andrew Wilson's like, okay, we're no longer fighting under the realm of etiquette because you surrendered that. So now it's over for you, basically. I'm going to say whatever I want, right?
That's not true.
As many arguments as possible so that your opponent has no time to answer them all.
Andrew's really based. No. I agree. I like Andrew Wilson a lot.
Yeah, I know, because you're stupid. Again, whatever. Andrew Wilson.
What I'm saying is that like he doesn't go out there and just immediately start insulting people.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does. I've seen it a ton of times. He went straight to insults with Matt Dillahunty. I've seen him go straight to insults with a few more people. Just insulting people's appearance and stuff like that. Of course he does. He goes straight to insults.
It's usually in the context of them ulting him first, and then he ults after.
And then claim victory over the arguments he did not have time to respond to. This is called the Gish Gallop, named after Duane Gish, who would use it in debates on evolution, where he would just list a ton of things he said evolution could not explain.
Can you imagine being this dude, this Dr. Duane Gish, where they fucking named an entire fallacy after you? That's crazy.
And left his opponent no time
Holy
to answer
shit.
all of his questions. That was my main critique of the sedevacantism debate hosted on.
One thing too, another thing, like if you know.
Socialix says, I know, I was just bringing up that particular example because it's the most explicit, yeah.
Noticed, when I have to get in a debate with somebody, I try to defend against Gish galloping all the time. So what happens is whenever I debate someone, they'll usually, like one of the attacks that they'll use is they'll slam me with like a bunch of studies. They'll be like, well, this study said this, and then this thing happened, and then this, and this. And then like what I'll do is
That's not a Gish Gallop. If someone presents you with a bunch of studies on a single subject that you're discussing, that's not a Gish Gallop. Gish Gallop is when you throw a bunch of different things at a person. Like as a whole list of different things that you cannot respond to. But if you say, hey, homosexuality is bad, and I say, well, no, let's go for gay adoption. Gay adoption is bad. And I go and I say, no, this study says it's not bad. This study says it's not bad. That study says it's not bad. Several studies say that actually children that are raised by same-sex couples are perfectly fine and it's perfectly beneficial for them. That's not a Gish Gallop, okay? What?
Ignore everything except one. So I'll let everything, like I'll just ignore the entire like suite, and I'll only attack a single one back. And that's something I learned because
that's not a Gish Gallop, providing more than one study. What?
Kept getting used against me.
Oh God, this.
Aquinas a few years ago.
The Gish Gallop of providing more than one study, amazing.
where Peter Diamond unleashed dozens of accusations that took me 45 minutes to address in a scripted rebuttal, and so would be impossible to address in a 7 to 10 minute live rebuttal period in a debate. A variant of this occurs in online posts, where people think the guy who endlessly piles on posts and ends up speaking last is correct. When all that proves is he just might not have a life, so he can engage in endless replies. This is why I've had a strict rule for years to not do rebuttals to rebuttals, so it doesn't end up in an endless cycle, but to instead just have a conversation with the person after our initial exchange, provided the person is of goodwill. The absolute dumbest version of this problem are clips online.
And by the way, Chad, if you're wondering, this is the reason I haven't responded to anything on X. Like, you know, all of like the, you know, all the people that are attacking me on X, I haven't responded to any of them on X because it's pointless. But like people that DM me and ask me, I've discussed it with them personally.
Where one person makes a point and no response is shown, and so it's assumed that
I had one guy, like, I'm not gonna tell you who, but I got really mad at this person. So like this one content creator messaged me and he's like, wow, Leaflet, I can't believe you would do this. Like, you're fucking terrible. Like they said, and they were like a person that like was a mutual of mine that like I've done a collab with this person before. I guess that sort of a little bit narrows it down, but I had a collab with a person. And they got really mad at me. They started yelling at me and shit, like just calling me like, "Oh, you're this, and that, right? I can't believe you would do this." And I was like, "Bro, how come you don't fucking just message me, right? Like, you're just gonna come out and attack me like this, and like you didn't ask for my side of the story, right?" And so what happened was he asked me, I explained it. I said, "Okay, now you heard the other side of the story. Here's my side of the story." And you know what they said? Sorry. They said, "I'm so sorry I did this to you, and I'm so sorry that this happened." But like, I don't want to do any of this in public because they're just gonna take everything I say out of context, right? So there's no point in even trying to have a debate in public. It's stupid.
Person making the point owned the other guy, aka whoever spoke last.
Ask the person to fuck off. Actually, I got really mad at them at first, and I did tell them to fuck off. I told them to go fuck themselves.
Hello, Slop Lucy. Hello, Simon Pierre Dubay. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing slop because I need to put food on my table and I need to pay rent.
I told them to go fuck themselves, and then they replied, and then I replied angrily back, and then I basically explained like, "Okay, fine, you want the explanation? Boom, here's the explanation." And they were like, "Oh shit, I didn't know all that." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Consider this post, which claims when Charlie Kirk
and then everybody clapped. I'm sure.
Met his match at Oxford, where he debated scholars rather than average college students in the U.S.
Oops.
There are moral truths that...
Oh my God. Yeah, he got embarrassed whenever he talked to anybody that actually know what they were talking about. That is true for Charlie Kirk.
That are transcendent of time, place, and matter. Okay, but so just to clarify, you believe that this is in the Bible. This is laid out in the Bible, that man shall not sleep with man, and so therefore... Well, it's also repeated throughout the New Testament as well. In the book of Matthew, Jesus reaffirms the biblical standard for marriage.
Okay, so I'm going to make two very, very quick points. So the first, so if we look at the Old Testament in isolation, just to start off with as an example. So let's look at Exodus 35:2, which suggests that if you work on the Sabbath, you should be put to death. If you look at Leviticus 11:7, it suggests that if you have pork, you should be put to death. Let me finish, I'll be done. If you plant two crops side by side, you should be stoned by your entire village.
True.
If you wear a suit, which you are wearing now, that contains two different fibers intertwined into the same jacket, you should be burned at the stake by your own mother. Now, following that rationale, in Leviticus 18:22, when it states that man shall not sleep with man, why aren't we burning ourselves at the stake as well? Why aren't we stoning ourselves to death?
Oh, hey, 2010 called, and they want their Reddit-level new atheist arguments back. This isn't advanced scholarship. It's something Charlie was well aware of and addresses.
I mean, yeah, it's not, but Charlie Kirk was not that great at rebuting basic arguments.
Which the clip deceptively cuts off.
I hate this speaking.
Do you care to address my main contention that Christ affirmed biblical marriage in the book of Matthew? And can you tell me the difference between...
Also, what does talking about marriage have to do with whether or not homosexuality is bad or good? Nothing.
Sterile ceremonial, the moral, and the ritual law. And then finally, also, tell me about Christianity, the difference between the New and the Old Covenant, or are you just going to cherry pick certain verses of ancient Israel that do not apply to New Christianity?
I'd also add this guy was flat out wrong because the Old Testament does not prescribe capital punishment for violating ritual
I was
purity
thinking that same thing. Like, where the fuck did they get that from? Like, what the hell?
laws, like mixing fibers or eating pork.
Yeah.
Another unfair tactic are using insults and attacks to just rile up your base. Consider this clip from X with 63 million views that says that this girl cleared Charlie Kirk.
Abortion is murder and should be illegal.
Of course, this person is a pro Charlie Kirk guy.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's the Jubilee Superstar.
Well, what does fetus mean?
A fetus is in utero.
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the? I'm sorry. Is this a language class?
It means little human being.
Ugh, this
So?
smile is very creepy. Okay.
Smiling is creepy?
No, your smile specifically.
Got it.
But let's go back to. We're losing track here.
No, but is what
What does that have to do with anything?
species is the fetus?
Wow, okay, cool. And in the olden language, fetus means little human. Oh God, that changes everything. Now I'm anti-abortion. Socialix says, the way they LARP with anime avatars when Japan is the most atheistic country on the planet. True.
The fetus is not a species yet. It's technically classified as a parasite.
What the fuck?
Until it is viable.
She doesn't even know a human fetus belongs to the human species. But her uninformed fans just want their side to own the other person.
I'm sorry, what?
They don't care. See.
What?
She doesn't.
What?
The fetus is not a species yet. It's technically classified as a parasite.
What the fuck?
Until it is viable.
She doesn't even know a human fetus belongs to the human species. But her uninformed fans just want their side to own the other person, so they don't care.
That's crazy.
Moreover, these formats aren't geared towards slowing the conversation down to expose this kind of ignorance. Instead, each side is motivated to constantly interrupt their opponent and insult or mock him so he loses his
Actually, this is a very interesting thing. Because I'm pretty sure a human fetus at the very beginning of development is identical to any other animal fetus. Vezon! Yeah, Charlie Boy got fooled by a dolphin fetus. Hello, Vezon1121. What's up? Why the long face? Do all fetuses, is that how you'd say plural fetus? Look the same early in development. Yes, early in development, embryos of different vertebrate species, fish, birds, mammals look remarkably similar, often featuring a tail, gill, stills, and similar body shape. This phase, known as phylotic stage, occurs because they share a common ancestor and genetic coding. Over time, these develop into specialized species-specific features. So, yeah.
train of thought. This makes it.
Dude, we gotta watch, guys. Should we go back and watch part 2 of the Naima thing? The one that I was supposed to finish, but I never finished it. We should watch part 2.
Seem to a casual observer like the person being interrupted has no answer, when in reality his opponent is unfairly attacking his ability to give an answer. Watch how Jay Dyer uses this tactic when debating Tim Gordon.
No, this is your dogmatic statements that are supposed to provide clarity.
Right.
They need to be interpreted by you because they're ambiguous.
No.
Are they clear or ambiguous?
Perfectly clear.
They're
the Hindus.
Really? You just said it was bad. You said it was bad.
Wait, but
is it clear or bad?
You finish, Jay. I'll go after you're done. They
have
Version says, why does Jubilee always have to bring in the dumbest people to put against whoever it is in the middle? Because that's entertainment, I guess. I get that would be my answer. It just provides entertainment and views and clicks and money.
Feds will do the same thing.
So just again, what is that?
We have said
that's
of
a
it
deflection, irrelevant.
No, that's a direct object.
That's a genetic fallacy.
That's a direct object.
Genetic fallacy to say that because
not a
scientists
genetic
make this
fallacy.
It is.
I'm a logic professor.
You just said I don't. Oh, so appeal to yourself. Right?
No.
Appeal to authority. Appeal to authority. Genetic fallacy. Do you want to do another fallacy?
They believe.
You're a king of fallacies.
They explore.
Record.
We agree.
They believe. They have recourse to God in confidence and love.
I mean, I actually do not like the interruption when I do not like interrupting other people like that.
They don't start the sentence over.
I like it when people talk. One person says something, the other person says something. Back and forth. This is what we call a back and forth.
They seek.
Now, to be clear, none of us is perfect when it comes to charitable disagreement. Sometimes in debates, I'll get really excited and talk over the other person.
Yeah.
Or I'll be worried I'll forget what I'm thinking about and interrupt, which I unfortunately did in my dialogue with ex-Christian musician John Steingard. However, in some cases, you have to interrupt in a debate to keep the other person from filibustering or rambling on and on about nothing to avoid answering your question or confronting your objection. But there's a clear difference between keeping a conversation on track and using manipulative tactics to score a cheap win. And sometimes those tactics don't even work, and they just make you look like an insecure bully. For example, most people agree Donald Trump lost his first 2020 debate with Joe Biden because he was aggressively interrupting Biden, probably to try to throw him off his game.
Vote now.
You're gonna pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the
You wanna
question
put a lot
is
of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justices-
I cannot believe that people voted for Trump. I cannot believe that Trump is president now. What a depressing timeline we are living in. What a depressing depressing world we are living in now.
Left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
We're not going to give a list.
But in 2024, Trump won his debate with Biden because he was more reserved and let Biden hang himself with his own words.
Yep.
Dealing with everything we have to do with
That's my favorite thing to do, by the way, is I just let them talk. I let them talk, and then I ask questions about what they're saying. Because people that haven't really thought through...
Leaflet surely has the wit and the foresight to actually let people, quote unquote, hang themselves.
What the people that haven't thought through what they believe, they tend to
Yes, because Leaflet totally thought through what they believe.
Create their own news, and then you just kind of like lead them to it, basically. It's kind of the tactic. It's like, okay, so you think that, but that means you think this, and then you just kind of say, oh, okay, and so you find it, and you're like, okay, this is the logical conclusion of like where they're going. So I'm just gonna let them go there. I'm just gonna let them wander around until they walk to that place, and then I'll just let them execute themselves. Yeah.
look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
That's why I was baffled when some Catholics said Pearl won her debate with Lila Rose on explicit adult materials, aka corn. First, this wasn't a formal debate. It was an appearance on Pearl's show where Pearl was insufferable as usual. She didn't provide evidence for any of her radical claims, like that erotic material saves more marriages than it harms. Instead, she just muted Lila so that Lila couldn't respond. And Pearl laughed about it because Pearl is not a serious person.
Anyways, I will unmute you, but I do want to show that you were also interrupting me. So
yeah, Pearl, muting your guests is a very disrespectful thing to do.
Okay, and I'm going to do it again.
Wow.
I will never debate Pearl again because
we don't need to. Okay, I could very well say that this is a dishonest clip as well. I don't know the context of why the mute happened and what was before. So if you're going to be talking about dishonest tactics, why not talk about this?
She's the only person I have ever debated who interrupted me.
Some people just deserve to be muted. I'm sorry.
During the dedicated speaking parts of a debate. That's just not true. In
I
fact,
didn't say
marriage
it
is the
steals
best.
their
You
happiness.
can't interrupt when I'm talking. Doesn't want to get married, or he's dragging his feet. How
Why
many
would he
times have
not?
you can't interrupt until the time is over? The man reaps the benefit of unpaid labor of that woman caring for these children and tending for the household. And in many cases, you can have a
Let him go.
Shh, quiet now. Your boyfriend can help train you on that one before marriage. Unfortunately, some people see debates
Why?
as just power spectacles rather than as intellectual investigations.
Well,
This
I mean,
Catholic
a lot
on
of
X
it is that
writes,
now.
debate only really matters when one will completely
To be fair, a lot of debate is that right now. It is like the modern day, like battlefield, because we've determined that
Maybe I
it's
should watch some of this guy's debate.
not okay to duel each other and kill each other. So that's what debates are now.
overwhelms the other. When you don't just win rhetorical points, but you break your opponent's spirit. Now, that
In
might
a
be
lot of
entertaining
cases.
if you just want the theological equivalent of blood sport. But if you actually
Oh
want
my God. I cannot believe that this person.
to help convert
This person
people,
is ancient if he knows what blood sport is.
it's pretty ineffective. For example, the most effective spokesperson for atheism isn't a loudmouth trying to break people's spirits. It's a calm and collected person like Alex O'Connor.
Yep.
That demeanor allowed Alex to do well on Jubilee's Surrounded series. And the most effective Christians on that series, like Charlie Kirk, Ali Beth Stuckey, or Lila Rose, have been those who led with kindness. This reflects...
Charlie Kirk is the person that led with kindness. What a joke. Ah, yes, what a kind soul Charlie Kirk was. Sure.
Ephesians 6:12.
He just led with kindness.
For we are not contending against flesh and blood,
Oh,
but against
guy.
the principalities, against the powers, against the world rulers of this present darkness, against the spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. A lot of people fall into cheap debating tactics because they see their opponent as just an enemy and not as a fellow human being made in the image of God. 2 Timothy chapter 2 says,
Oh my
the
God.
Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kindly to everyone, an apt teacher, forbearing, correcting his opponents with gentleness.
They see the opponent as an enemy, but see, this is kind of what I mean though, is like the modern world of debate is not really the same as it was before. Like I have to think about
Why was it before?
this a little bit more, but I feel this is just like
You
my gut
should.
instinct. What I mean is I haven't really thought about this like on such a deep level, but in a lot of cases,
I doubt you thought about it on any level, to be quite honest with you.
modern battlefield of debates, they kind of are your enemy. They kind of are trying to destroy you, actually, right? So like I don't really think I feel like this is kind of like a
I feel like someone's having a persecution complex. That is trying to destroy you, actually.
like a rose-colored like way to see it. I just don't really find it to be that accurate. Like against like a good faith person, then yes, that would be the case, right? That would be the case. They aren't your enemy. In like a good, their ideology is still your enemy, but like the person themselves isn't your enemy. In a case of both people having good faith, but when good faith is out the window, I don't really think that's the case anymore. And I think that this way of thinking really is just kind of, it's honestly a setup to get you fucked over, personally.
God may perhaps grant that they will repent and come to know the truth.
Oh my God.
And they may escape from the snare of the devil after being captured by him to do his will. I'm glad I didn't try to break Stephen Boyce's spirit when I debated him 2 years ago.
And what if your opponent just doesn't believe in God?
Because, as I mentioned in a previous episode, Stephen has now become Catholic. He even said that mine and Jimmy's demeanor in our debate was helpful in his conversion.
That is sad. That is sad that you believing or not believing in God hinges on the person you talk about it being nice or not. That is the most sad, that is the saddest thing ever. It's like those people that say the left has left me because some people on the left have been mean to me. So I guess I had no choice but to go and become a right-winger.
You and I debated with Samuel and as well as with Jimmy Aiken. I was battling things that you didn't know, and you were friendly, and we maintained a friendship after that and have continued that friendship. And that is a huge part in me being able to listen to my opponent. If you would have come after me like I'm seeing on a lot of YouTube,
Well, I mean, it depends, right? Like if he comes after them, like kind of in good faith, then obviously you would come in you would kind of match that energy, right? Because the thing is the truth is, I don't think a lot of these people are at all interested. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these people aren't actually interested, and like they're not interested in any sort of test of ideas. That's not the point.
Test of ideas. Socialix says, yeah, when as a trans person, when I debate somebody that says that trans people should not exist, that all trans healthcare should be banned, that there's no such thing as trans children, that it's an ideology, yeah, all I should be interested in is the test of ideas, right? Because it's a totally neutral thing that does not affect me in any way, right? So I should just focus my energies on a test of ideas. This brain rot. This is just brain rot. Socialix says, not even believe in God, but believe in Yahweh, particularly a character that's likely fiction which was previously believed as myth. God or higher power doesn't even come into it. They want to argue for the existence of a particular deity. That is true. That is true.
Point.
Videos between trad this and trad that. And,
I think part of it is kind of understanding like who you're fighting with. Andrew would mock him. See, the thing is, I don't actually think that's true. I don't think Andrew would just mock people for no reason. He doesn't know.
Yes, you would. He did many times. Andrew Wilson has mocked people for no reason many times. Do I have to whip out real examples of that?
Really do that.
You're anathema.
I can give examples
on everything I say. I don't think I would have listened to that person very much.
This is a great illustration of the teaching in 2 Timothy that kind correction can be the best means of rescuing someone from a dangerous error. That same letter also instructs Christians to stop debating stupid stuff. 2 Timothy 2:23 says, have nothing to do with stupid, senseless controversies.
I guess there you
know
go.
that they breed quarrels. In a previous episode I'll link to below, I
guess that's
explain
fair.
why I'm only going to debate issues involving widespread evils that can be discussed in a debate
That's kind
format.
of fair.
I wonder what this person considers to be widespread evils. I am really curious as to what sort of things this person would even classify as quote-unquote widespread evils.
Even important issues like, is the Bible true, are too broad to cover in a single debate.
But at the same time, if you don't battle on even the small stuff, if you don't battle the small stuff, then that entire space is taken over by the enemy. So it's like, it's a little bit like, this goes back to what I was saying about surrendering ground. Surrendering ground.
Can you give me examples?
Because you're above that like that area, right? And that allows your opponents to have room to grow.
One of my criticisms of Dinesh D'Souza's attempt to debate Alex O'Connor on that question. But I'm definitely not going to debate silly questions that only appeal to a fringe group of people or conspiracy theories that aren't about anything important.
Right.
Wait, but
in
they
fact,
can be
many
fun,
of those
though.
debates aren't even about truth, but are geared towards creating gotcha social media moments. The most shameless recent example
Okay, let's
would
see
be
it.
when Bart
Okay,
Sibrel
we're gonna get an example. Socialix. No, it's concepts are piggybacked of Greek mythology, among other previously believed myths. I mean, there's a whole thing. Maybe I shouldn't do a history thing on it. That Judaism, because it all stems from Judaism. Christianity stems from Judaism. And in ancient times, Judaism used to be a religion organized around a pantheon of gods. There was a hierarchy. There wasn't exactly a pantheon. Technically speaking, there's a different name for it. The current God of the Bible was on top, and all the other gods in that pantheon were basically below him. He was the top tier god, and there were other gods below him that were lower tier gods. And also the god had a wife, which was represented by a tree. And then as time went on, Judaism turned into a monotheistic religion with only one god. I guess a very small leftover of that era before Judaism became a monotheistic religion is one of the commandments that says you will have no other gods before me. But it is true that God used to be a bunch. God used to have other gods below him. There's a very interesting history that you can learn about Judaism before Judaism as we know it.
Debated a 90-year-old Apollo.
Greek mythology was prior to Judaism. It was prior to Judaism as we know it now, but I'm not sure if it was prior to ancient Judaism, the one before Christ. Hold on. Ancient Judaism, when, which was polytheistic. When was it? Ancient Israelite religion was polytheistic or henotheistic. I'm not sure if it was even called Judaism at that point. Worshipping one god while acknowledging others. From its origins until the Babylonian exile, primarily between the 12th century before BC and the 6th century before Christ, early Yahwism involved worshipping Yahweh alongside other deities like El, Asherah, and Baal. A transition to strict monotheism occurred in the 6th to 4th centuries before Christ. Pre-monarchic period, 1200 to 1000 before Christ, etc. It's pretty ancient stuff. And so I think that's part of the history of Judaism that many people don't really know about. That Judaism, that this proto-Judaism before modern Judaism was not a monotheistic religion either. Yeah.
Astronaut Charles Duke on whether we went to the moon. And Duke didn't even know they were debating this.
And you're calling me a liar. I never went to the moon.
Well, obviously. I mean,
Okay.
what surprise. You knew who you were going to be here.
I
You
don't
knew who
know.
was going to
12
be here
of us-
before you got here.
12 of
you
us-
act like it's a surprise.
I
It's a good
am
acting.
surprised. I didn't realize that you thought it was all a fake.
You probably won't be surprised to learn that Buzz Aldrin punched Sabrell in the face for calling him a liar about going to the moon.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself. Away from me. You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
And if debates like this make you
Holy
think
fuck.
we didn't land on the moon, then you are the prime example of how not to treat debates when it comes to forming a worldview. Now, people will
It is
say
fun
to
to think
me,
about,
but
though.
you debated destiny, so why not debate some other person with insane or depraved views? First, I debated destiny on abortion and online explicit...
Destiny. Being pro-choice is a depraved worldview. I could understand if you debated destiny on some of the actually depraved things of his, but abortion?
materials, which are widely accepted evils. And I only debated destiny to get a do-over of when Lila Rose and Kristen Hawkins debated him. And the second person that I debated on explicit materials...
Why is this censored? Why is that censored? Why is cleavage censored here? What the hell? Really?
Said she'd only debate me if it was a tag team.
Oh my god, why is there censorship here?
Debate, and Destiny helped her. In those debates also, I used Destiny's views to show his position on issues like abortion was incorrect. I would never do a 2-hour debate just on some insane perversion like bestiality. And honestly, given what Destiny has advocated for recently, I'm not sure if I debate him in the future either. So instead of debating senseless controversies or people who are not of goodwill, let's focus on discussing the most important questions human beings need to answer.
Like what?
Like whether there is...
I'm really torn on this because I kind of do agree at the same
Okay,
time.
I want to hear what this person considers to be the things that should be debated.
I do agree that like there are times where you're up against people and you're just like, okay, you know what? None of this matters because anything that you say is not in any any good faith anyway. So just like shut up, Quango. Right? Like that I totally agree. I totally understand that. But it's like I said before, it's like if you just allow them to control the space completely, that gives them ground to actually launch attacks. That's how that's what I feel. I don't know. I feel like we've done this like where we've been like, oh well, you know. I mean, this is just my gut feeling. Right? Again,
your
like,
guy.
I haven't really thought about like this specific
That is the thing that this person says a lot, Leaflet. I haven't thought about this a lot. Okay, at least you're being honest.
topic. The kind of muddy debates. I haven't really thought about that to this level. I wonder what the effect would be of just not choosing to ever engage in it. If they're arguing in bad faith, what's the point of a debate even? The point of the debate. Okay, so the point of debates where the other person doesn't have a good point, and
I have to set up some new things that show on screen when people subscribe or donate or whatever. I have to do it.
The other person's never going to actually understand your point of view or even attempt to understand your point of view. The point of those debates is the audience, not the person. It's not the other person. The other person is not going to change their mind, and like you can kind of tell when you have a person like that. When they double down on something that everybody sees as ridiculous, right? They're never going to change their mind. But you can maybe change the mind of like people in the audience and like have them like so they're ideologically more equipped to like deal with that in the future. You're
Ideologically more equipped.
basically giving people the tactics. You're showing them like if they do this, you do this, and that's like how you defend against it, right? That is the benefit of it.
As a god, or what we must do to be in a right relationship.
Yes, that is the most important thing. Is there a God?
Relationship with God, and whether
what
is a god, or
yeah, those are the most important question of our contemporary world. Is there a God, and if we are in the right relationship with God,
or what we must do to be in a right relationship with God.
What the fuck? Are those really the most important questions of today's world?
And whether widely practiced evils are
So again, it's not even about the gotchas, right? Like gotchas don't really do it because gotchas are kind of like
Now this person has his priorities straight.
junk food in a way. It's like, you know, you got the soundbite or whatever. Like it's you know, what the important part is the thing that leads to that, and like the development of the idea that shuts down their idea, basically. Because like everybody is going to come across this in their lives where they have their idea up against another idea, and the other person is going to try to fight them on it, right? Whether you're, you know, a normal person and like a friend is bringing this up, or you're encountering this like in a YouTube video, right? If you're not equipped to like how they deal with their arguments, then you might actually just like lose morale and like actually change your beliefs to their beliefs. So it's kind of like you have to be. It presents like more grounding for your beliefs, if that makes sense.
Indeed evil and alienate us from God. We should also focus on presenting good arguments over empty rhetoric. Over 2,500 years ago, there were two kinds of people who publicly debated.
I'm sorry, but I cannot think of any pro-God arguments that are not just empty rhetoric, to be quite honest with you.
In ancient Greece. First, there were the sophists, from the Greek word for wisdom, sophos. You could call them wise guys, and they were the original debate me bros. They had a notorious reputation for only caring about winning arguments, even if they used flimsy arguments to make
that's because they were not Christians. They were those awful Greeks.
Their case.
Yeah,
for them,
and
truth.
see, this is the bad kind of. This is the bad kind.
And then
of
the
debate.
Christians came and set things straight. I bet.
Because it doesn't actually have the strength to actually fight against other arguments. It's more for the gotcha. It's more for the win and more for the gotcha. What I'm interested in is actually understanding like what the root of all of those beliefs are and what actually holds it up. Like what holds up the structure of that belief. That's what I'm interested in.
Took a back seat. That's why
and these are like the people that like throw a bunch of facts at you. They'll throw a bunch of like random studies at you. Like they haven't even looked at themselves.
First sophist Protagoras said, man is the measure of all things. The other kind of debaters were philosophers, from the Greek for lovers of wisdom. Arguments were a tool they used to discover objective truth.
Yes.
They weren't just ways of owning people.
Yeah, this is the point. This is what I mean. And like when you
Wait, did he actually say that? Did he actually say that then Christianity came along and made debates great?
with this.
No way.
Just wait. Arguments from debaters. Protagoras said, man is the measure of all things. The other kind of debaters were philosophers, from the Greek for lovers of wisdom.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Whew. I was scared there for a moment. Hey, Lucy, I'm just at the ER. Wait, emergency room? What happened, Estelle?
Arguments were a tool they used to discover objective truth.
Yes.
They weren't just ways of owning people.
Yeah, this is the point. This is what I mean. And like when you equip people with this, then they have the ability to defend themselves from sophistry.
Migraine?
Exactly.
Wow. It must have been some migraine if it caused you to have to go to the emergency room. I mean, you're in Canada, right? You're in Canada, so you will not go bankrupt from going to the ER. Canada has an actual functioning healthcare system, unlike the US.
Exactly.
That's why the Greek philosopher Socrates said, renouncing the honors at which the
Like
world...
Fair enough. Maybe you're... I don't know. Envy had some trouble. Envy has been in a tough spot lately, and you were nervous about envy, so maybe you just had a lot of stress lately, and it manifested in that migraine, you know? Sometimes stress can mess with us in unexpected ways. Told me what? About envy? Wait, envy told us all herself on that friend thing. Yeah, envy told us about it herself. Yeah. So, maybe it was stress induced. Can definitely understand. Stress can really, yeah. Social says objective truth, i.e. my intersubjective qualitative statements are universal. True.
Style in like debating is very Socratic. Like if you were to like take my debates and like throw them into an AI and ask like what's this style of debating, you'll see it's very...
Throw it into AI. Oh God. Oh, this is so depressing. Throw it into AI.
very, very Socratic.
Aims. I desire only to know the truth and to live as well as I can, and when I die, to die as well as I can. Socrates' sincere desire for truth
Which is why I ask a lot of questions during debates. I say like, okay, well, so what do you mean by this? Can you define this?
Leaflet, the Aristotle.
Can you explain what you meant when you said this? This is why I say all this stuff.
Yes.
It's because it's a very Socratic way to like understand.
The
Like,
Socrates of our times.
I'm interested in understanding like where their belief comes from before I even begin to attack it.
Why early church fathers like Justin Martyr saw him as a precursor to Jesus Christ, the truth itself. If you want a good book related to these two men, check out Peter Kreif's Socrates Meets Jesus. Finally, as believers, we should imitate the first Christians,
this is
people
so
like the
embarrassing.
Jewish convert Apollos, who powerfully confuted those who denied Christ, and Stephen, who, as Scripture says, his opponents could not withstand the wisdom and the spirit with which he spoke. And if you want a good book on this subject, check out Gavin Ortland's The Art of Disagreeing, How to Keep Calm and Stay Friends in
I'm gonna write that down. Actually, I'll screenshot it. What the fuck am I doing?
Hard Conversations. I also recommend if you want to elevate substance and argument over rhetoric and style, check out debate books like the Zondervan Point Counterpoint series and similar books where you can learn about theological subjects in debates that focus on the arguments.
I need to read more, guys.
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to...
You need to read, period. Okay? To read more, you need to be reading to begin with. Start by reading at all.
support us at TrendhornPodcast.com and to register for our upcoming conference in Dallas on April 11th at conferenceoftrent.com. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a very blessed day.
That's a pretty awesome video.
That was not an awesome video. That was a pretty stupid video. All right, let's go do something else now. President Sunday. I debated Nyara on trans issues. Oh, I remember this. I watched this whole thing. Do you want me to watch this? I watched
I
this.
just want to say thank you for
I watched
actually
this.
having a talk. I mean, it's not really common, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I watched this whole. I watched the whole 4 hours, and it was very excruciating. Felix says Socrates depending on truth as a metaphorical force and assumed that it lead to justice, being wrongfully accused of being an atheist for suggesting there were a new kind of I am not a cis man. I'm a normal man. Don't nudge me into your delusions, my brother in Christ. Please get help. Oh God. Okay, enough. I don't care. I don't wanna. Let's see. Oh, my video has been recommended by YouTube. That's pretty cute. Jovan causes a racist color to implode. Oh. They're attacking men. Oh, so much slop. The end withers.
So coming up to the show, we have Tim from New York.
Tim,
you are on the line with Jovan and Ari. Tim, how are you doing today?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right,
doing all right.
Tim. Great. And Tim, real quick, who did you vote for in the 2024 election?
Trump.
I voted for Trump.
Of course.
Got it. And you're a previous caller, right? You've called before?
Yes.
Okay. Ari has a question for you.
Yeah. So, Tim,
Why do you hate
Tim.
yourself?
did you see the news on Saturday?
Why do you hate yourself?
Yeah. So whatever happened to you believing that Donald Trump was not going to start a war in Iran?
Uh-oh.
I'm not psychic. I didn't say it on the line. I said it in the screening, didn't I?
Yeah,
I didn't
you
say it.
did.
I said he had not. I said he had not. I don't.
No, you actually said he's not starting a war in Iran.
I'm not psychic. I don't love it.
How does it feel to be wrong?
Uh-oh.
I told you I only knew what I knew up to that point.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Neither do a lot of the right wing, and all what we want is for strong borders for our country. And
so now we pivot
want
to
this
immigration.
country strong. But
Tim, what do you think of, before we get into it, what do you think of, because I do want to talk about what you're calling in to talk about, because hilarious topic, especially being that we're 3 days out from February. Tim, what do you think of Donald Trump illegally?
Hold on,
You're
sorry.
talking to both of us.
A black man. I'm talking to a black man and I'm a white man. I'm talking to a black man and a white woman.
Yeah.
Correct?
You're about to not be talking to anybody with that attitude.
What the fuck was... What kind of a... What? What kind of a question is that?
Oh no, I'm just asking.
Okay. Do Did you like look at the stream before you called in today?
What?
I thought he did.
Well, Ari, you have your name is very. It sounds maybe like it's Jewish. Are you Jewish? I'm just curious.
It is Hebrew.
What the
I am
fuck?
not Jewish. No, I mean he's not wrong.
You're
It
not?
is Hebrew.
Okay.
I am not Jewish.
Okay.
What kind of
Okay,
question is
There are
that?
many names that are Hebrew. Michael is a Hebrew name.
I just want to know where we're coming from here. So
Okay, Tim, to stay on track, what do you think about Trump starting an illegal military operation in Iran?
Military operation.
what do I think? You just want my general thoughts? I don't
That would be
really.
what do you think means? Yeah.
I don't love it because it's not necessary for us. That's what I feel.
Well, see, Marco Rubio, I don't know if you listened to him speak today, but he said that it was necessary for us to get involved immediately with Israel, because even if we didn't get involved with Israel striking Iran,
Yeah, Iran would have attacked the United States or something silly.
well, Iran was going to go ahead and strike United States bases if Israel struck them, and we knew Israel was going to strike Iran, so we went ahead and got ahead of it. So that they would strike us anyways, but only this time, at least as a result of our own military action.
Yeah, I know it's a little ridiculous. We should let them take the blame if they're going to want to do that.
Yeah, I wish I was kidding that that's not how Marco Rubio sounded today.
Yeah.
No new wars, though, right, Tim? No new wars.
Listen,
Donald Trump is the president of peace.
Well, are you responsible for the kids who died in Gaza because it happened under Biden?
Am I responsible for the kids who died in what?
No.
I didn't
but
vote for Biden because I thought he wouldn't start wars.
Yeah, I will say this, though. The United States is more than likely responsible for the 150 school kids that died in Iran.
Sure.
Yeah.
They didn't do that on purpose, though. You don't think that, do you?
How do you bomb a school on accident? Like, oops.
Get the wrong information.
Oopsies.
But I would think that
they didn't double check.
I don't ever hear this, but
it's 186 now? Shit.
Are you guys?
Yeah, I think though 150 are children.
Women now? Are you guys?
What does that have to do with? What is? I'm sorry. There's an issue with that question. And my issue is, what does that have to do with whether or not we should be engaging in illegal military operations?
Nothing. Because those people are stupid.
Well, don't we want to fight for justice in the world? Or
I don't want the United States to be the world police now.
Yeah, I thought that's why people voted in Trump, is so that we wouldn't be the world's police anymore.
Also, putting that aside, the United States is not invading Iran for anyone's benefit, aside from the Trump administration's benefit, that is.
Not the world police, but the world piggy bank. We have to be the world piggy bank, though. We don't
almost
have to be
like,
the world police.
almost like sending Israel a bunch of money, like Donald Trump keeps doing.
Oh, it's not just a bunch of money. It's also a bunch of missiles.
It's also funny that he says that because we owe other countries money. And other world organizations money. They don't owe us, but we owe them.
Does that mean we don't give money? Does that mean we don't give money away? So why are we giving money away when we already owe money? And I agree with Israel. Cut Israel off too. I'm not.
Is Trump doing anything? Is Trump doing anything you agree with? You don't like his efforts in Iran. You don't like him cozying up with Israel. What do you like?
I like
grilling.
I like the attempt to deport illegal immigrants and border strong.
You like him overspending to do a failure of a deportation process?
Yeah. And keeping alive a group that should not be even exist. Like many countries do not have, many countries that still have border patrol do a perfectly good job without having the equivalent of ICE.
You wanted to keep
all the money that I'd rather have taken all the money that we're spending right now to Iran and use it towards our domestic front.
So when our GDP plummets because mass deportation leads to negative GDP, like a falling of GDP, what are we going to do?
That's the only thing effect that you believe that deporting people has, or
that's a
it
weird
is the
straw man.
primary one.
Kind of a strange straw man, Mr. Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz.
I mean, there are other effects. For example, people losing their friends, colleagues, co-workers. That's a side effect of mass deportation.
Oh, I just am pointing out in one effect and asked how you feel about said effect. What do we do when our GDP plummets?
our GDP is quite high, but you guys will say that that's not any better because the average
What's
person
GDP
doesn't
right
get
now?
any more.
What is GDP right now? Actually, quick knowledge check. 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 What is GDP? What is
Gross
GDP?
domestic product.
And what does that
gross
mean?
domestic product. It means
Which is
the
what?
amount of money that's basically exchanged in a country in a year period.
I feel like I may have been-
Yeah. So, do you know they send most of their money home?
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, what proof do you have of that?
That's such an odd.
What proof? I'm sorry, what proof do you have of that they send most of their money home?
You want me to Google it? I don't know offhand.
So you made a claim with no evidence behind it. You just said something because you felt it. Odd.
All right. Well, can we get on to my topic or?
Okay.
Sure. Let's get on. Unless Ari, do you have anything else?
I have one question for you real quick, and then we can switch over. I promise.
All right.
About the GDP.
For
Okay.
sure.
Do you know why our GDP increased as much as it did in Q3?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Do you know why our GDP increased as much as it did in Q3? In the third quarter of 2025. Because
I'm not
primarily healthcare costs went up was the primary reason. Our military spending went up. That was the secondary reason. And the third contributing factor, not as big of a factor, was international travel. So people leaving the United States of America.
Damn.
Do you know how much, what percentage we spend on healthcare that makes up our GDP?
0.3%.
Substantial portion.
18%. Still a statistic that makes me sick to my stomach.
Sure. It says on average, migrants send between $200 or $300 home every month, and they send about $822 billion back in 1 year.
Damn, $200 to $300 is definitely your entire check. That's definitely the bulk of your money.
822 billion.
Yeah, when you have a bunch
they're
of
making
people
money
sending
and sending
small
it away.
amounts of money.
It becomes a
Yeah,
bigger
when you
amount
have a
of
bunch
money.
of people sending small amounts of money.
Billion.
Yeah, when there's a lot
822 billion.
of people,
That 5% of our
sending
entire
small amounts of
GDP.
money.
What's that 5% of our entire GDP being sent back?
Being sent back into the United States?
No, they make it here and then they send it back to Latin
Do you
America.
I'm sorry, hold on. Wait, whoa. I'm sorry. Are you making the claim that undocumented immigrants who only make up 20 million people are sending the equivalent?
14.2 according to Pew.
What was that number you said? How much are they sending back
5%.
in total?
He said 5%.
$822 billion in 2023, according to the World Bank.
Baloney.
Okay, well, you can
Straight
look
baloney.
it up.
Straight baloney. How are
More than the
14
amount of
million
foreign aid we
people?
get. More than the
How
amount
are
of foreign aid we
14
get.
million people sending back 820 billion? Baloney.
You should
There's
probably. He said it's from the World Bank. It's not. You want to take a quick guess on where he's reading it from the AI overview.
Let me take a guess. Facebook.
Fair.
What?
Come on, bro.
Do you know what's wrong with the organization known as FAIR, Tim?
What's wrong with it?
They are a white supremacist group and a eugenicist. That's who founded them, was a white supremacist and a eugenicist. And they're still white supremacists now.
You can say that. I don't know who you're talking about specifically.
Oh, yeah, I know. I get it. It's because you didn't click on the links. You didn't click on the little clipboard. Or not the clipboard, the paperclip icon. It's okay.
Sure.
Oh my God.
According to Congress.gov.
Who is citing FAIR?
Bill.
He's not even giving the right number from FAIR. The number FAIR quotes is 200 billion. So I don't know where he's getting 820 billion from.
Okay, this is from a congressional bill from, let me see what year, 2023, and they're
a bill or a statement
from 2021, and it says that this one quotes only 626 billion, but it says at over 626 billion annually, remittances sent home by international migrants to developing countries are larger than the official development index. I mean, I'm not sure what that part has to do with it, but they said it's larger than $626 billion. So it's in the highs of hundreds of billions.
And then my issue with the World Economic Forum that he was also trying to quote with the 800 billion is doesn't tell me what they use to get their numbers from.
Now, why doesn't it do that, Tim?
Probably because they don't want me to know.
Probably because Bill is illiterate.
I think you kind of touched on like my original point, because you're going in,
yeah. Let's talk about your original point.
You're jumping to white supremacists. My point is that there is no group that liberals will criticize. In terms of racial groups, because I think you would criticize
more than white.
Well, but there's no group you would criticize other than white people. There's no criticism of any other group or any other thing they do wrong. Or
Tim, what's your proof of that?
They can prove them.
Tim,
pudding. The proof is in the pudding.
Well, can you name something? Go ahead, name something. I mean, you're my liberal subject here, so not my.
Can I name something? I criticize everyone.
Go ahead.
I love to criticize Christians. They're terrible. I love to criticize the wealthy. The wealthy are pretty shit. I love to criticize Zionists. I love to criticize Zionists. I also love to criticize
Jewish people, right? But not Jewish people, right?
No, why would I
Jewish
criticize?
People, Zionists.
I mean, I criticize Jewish people based on like their religion. Tim, did you hear what I just said? Tim. Wait, real quick. Tim. Just take a chill pill, because I think you don't have your listening ears on. And as a grown man, that seems kind of weird. How old are you, Tim?
I'm about 30.
Okay, a 30-year-old should know how to listen. I said I do criticize Jewish people on their religious beliefs like I criticize every religion. I think all religions are kind of silly. So all religious groups get criticism from me.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
And I'll criticize one Jewish person for you right now. Bibi Netanyahu is a piece of shit.
True.
Does he have a problem with Jewish supremacism, do you think?
What?
I have a problem with any religious supremacy.
No, not you. Does Benjamin Netanyahu have a problem with Jewish supremacism?
Probably, yes, that he's a Zionist.
I think he has more of a problem with his Islamophobia.
Is that informed by maybe his belief that, Jewish people are better than other people?
Has he said that? I mean, legitimately, has Netanyahu ever said that he believes that Jewish individuals are better than others?
Well, he uses terms like Amalek when he's describing the others, the Palestinians, which are specifically Jewish terms about groups that they want to destroy. So,
Tim, this all seems like just a major cope because you feel guilty for being white. This just feels like such a big cope.
Oh, why would I feel guilty?
Such a
That's not even
why
what
would I not be
Amalek
proud?
is.
Why would I not be proud of you?
Such a cope.
Can you
Let me
name
ask you a
anything
question.
you
Let me ask you a
criticize?
question.
You know what I'm
Tim,
talking about.
Tim,
Racial and ethnic groups.
Tim,
You cannot criticize any other
Tim,
group except white people, and I've exposed you because you
Tim.
won't do it.
Tim, I've literally criticized multiple groups since we've been sitting here.
What are we criticizing someone on specifically? I am curious.
Well, what?
I have criticisms of criticisms of black people. Specifically, I have criticisms of the rampant homophobia and transphobia that exists within the black community. I have criticisms of the hyper religion that exists within the Mexican community, and I have criticisms about that. It just seems like you're Aggie.
There are a bunch of Asian countries that are actively ran by authoritarian dictators such as North Korea and China, and I think that they should all kick rocks.
Yeah, but you never connect it to Asianness.
just those.
You only connect things to whiteness, but you don't connect anything to
What?
You will
I'm sorry,
call us
Asians
white
aren't
people out.
white. Sorry, I don't know if you realize this, but Asians are their own race. They're not considered white.
Hey, Tim, I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Tim. What criticisms do you have of other racial groups?
Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
What criticisms do I have?
Yep.
Well,
Oh no.
first of all, hold on. So, first of all, you're
Oh, this is going to go bad. Okay.
assuming that I want to frag. I don't want. Maybe I don't want politics to be any groups being called out.
We're not. Good thing you can have racial criticisms without talking about politics.
Yep.
Tim, if you think every racial group should be criticized, what criticisms do you have of other racial groups? Seems weird that you won't criticize other racial groups, Tim. Seems like we got you.
Is that what you want me to do?
Tim, you're the one who seems like you're upset that other racial groups aren't being criticized. So what are your criticisms, Tim?
Fairness. I want fairness. I want either you to be colorblind and say,
have other
everyone's a
racial
person.
groups done things, in your opinion, Tim, that are worthy of criticism?
Yeah.
Then what are they? Maybe we just haven't seen them.
I think the black community has a problem with crime.
You think the black community has a problem with crime? Why do you think that?
Yeah. Because of the stats on it, because there are certain areas where what stats on it?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
what stats
Considerably
specifically?
higher rates of violent crime.
Where do you get that they have higher rates of violent crime?
Oh, the FBI stats, but you were going to say, oh, those aren't accurate because they messed up Florida or something like that.
Well, they're not accurate because they're arrest statistics.
I've lived in a black.
Not.
Jovan, I've lived in a black neighborhood. You're not going to tell me that.
And
I
I've
don't see
lived
what
in
I
a
see
black
with my
woman.
eyes.
This doesn't mean shit to me. You living in a black neighborhood means nothing to me. But I don't really care about arrest rates. What's the crime rates? What's the rates of people getting charged with crime? Arrest rates mean nothing
it's
to
all
me.
fake. It's all fake. What's the conviction
No,
rate?
yeah, what's the conviction rate?
I don't know. I don't know the conviction rate offhand. Honestly.
I
But if you're gonna
don't
tell me that you
know.
need-
Interesting.
Oh,
You
so
know,
you're saying that
Tim,
there
Tim,
isn't a
I just want to point out, Tim, I just want to point out that when you make a claim that you have no evidence for, it's like writing me a check when your bank account is in the negative. It means nothing to me.
Jovan, are you?
It's
are
valueless.
You really,
There's no value here.
Well, Jovan, since you want to talk about, what white people, how bad we are, what's the worst thing in your life that a white person? What's the worst thing, as someone who's suffered from white racism, what's the worst thing that a white person's ever done
What? White racism?
to you in your life?
I don't shuck and jive for you, Tim.
Oh, because you can't answer. We've done nothing to you, actually.
I don't talk about my
We've done
personal
nothing to
life
you.
story.
We've done
Tim, please
nothing
don't make me.
to you,
Tim,
Jovan.
don't make me
We've
mute
done
you because I will. Tim, don't make me mute you because I will. I don't talk about my life history online during debates because it's not relevant. What's relevant is the actual facts behind something. Now, what happened here, Tim, was you couldn't provide evidence for a claim, and now you're trying to shift to something else because you want the burden of proof to be on me. Burden of proof ain't on me, big boy. Burden of proof is on you. So I want you to prove to me that black people commit more crime. I want hard evidence for that. Do you have it?
Wait. Joe Vaughn,
I've been waiting.
that is evidence.
Been waiting for your evidence.
Arrest rates are evidence.
No,
they're
arrest
not.
rates
No,
do
just
not
because
tell
you
me.
don't think they're as
I'm-
strong.
Tim, I'm sorry. Do we live in Tim, do we live in Nazi Germany?
No, we do not.
Not yet, anyway.
No. So are you guilty until proven innocent or innocent until proven guilty? Oh, sorry. Was that the point you wanted to make?
Well, if I say the conviction rate, you're gonna pivot to the exoneration.
What are the
exonerated.
What are the conviction rates? What are the conviction rates, Tim? You don't even know them.
Do you know? Do you know?
I didn't
do
make a
not have
claim,
evidence?
Tim. Tim, if I asked you to, if I go to you and I'm like, damn, I want to buy this PlayStation 5 right now, I'm not going to pull your money out of your wallet because I want the PlayStation. So you made the claim, so pull the money out of your wallet. I'm not doing your homework for you. That's not how this works.
So it says the conviction rate is about 40% for both black
Someone
and
should buy me a PlayStation 5.
white defendants.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Sounds even.
Oh,
That's based on
damn.
a
So
higher
it's even?
arrest rate.
Damn.
Wow.
That's based on but that's considering that
Damn.
black people were
So
getting
it's-
arrested
damn.
more often.
No, it's by per capita.
But
Do you know what per
Joe Vaughn,
capita
damn.
means?
considering that's
Damn,
after
Tim.
arrest, though.
No. So I'm gonna
Damn.
help you out with something. No,
You're
Tim, cool your jets for a second. I'm gonna help you out with something because I understand, Tim, you don't understand the statistic, and I want to help you out with
We have to
something.
mute you, Tim.
And
Ari,
I'm
go ahead. We have
actually
to mute
going
you
to
quickly.
really enjoy telling you this, Tim. So the statistic that you're looking at is per capita. If you actually break it down numerically, because the per capita made it even, right? So it was 40% for white people, 40% for black people. It made it even. If you actually took it apart, took away per capita, white people would be at a higher propensity of being convicted of any crime within the United States of America.
Because there are more white people.
Damn, dunked on. Now
You're
you can be
saying
unmuted, Tim.
if you take away per capita, you're saying.
If you take away per capita, yes, sir.
Why would I?
I thought Republicans seem to hate per capita so much.
What? Oh, because of what? The Electoral College or something like that? Or what? What are you getting at here?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God.
Tim, I happen to know
So
quite a
why-
bit about criminal. Tim, I don't know why you're interrupting me talking. I don't know what, I know Black History Month is over, but you don't just get to act a fool now that it's March. Okay.
Oh,
So,
God.
Tim, I happen to know quite a bit about criminal justice. Do you happen to know what the formula for crime is? The two things that are most likely to lead to crime rates being high in any given population?
I'm sure you will say poverty and maybe education is my second guess. I'm not sure if that's
Close. It's actually two P's. It's poverty and proximity. People are more likely to commit crime if they are impoverished, and they're more likely to commit crime when they're in close proximity to other people. Now, Tim, I could be uneducated on here, so you might have to help me out here. Does there happen to be a group of people in this country who are systemically withheld from wealth and forced into low-income, impoverished neighborhoods that
White
they
people.
were
It's white people, isn't
crammed
it?
in together with loads of people?
It's white people, isn't it?
No, they were crammed into those neighborhoods.
No.
They came from the South.
No.
Where I live, they came from the South just to live there. And then all the white people left afterwards when the crime happened.
So redlining didn't happen. In your America.
It happened after the
Was
Great
never a thing.
Migration. But they didn't.
No,
who
no,
forced black
no,
people to migrate
no.
to
It
the
didn't
North?
happen. It didn't happen after the Great Migration. You might need a history lesson. Didn't happen after. Hate to break that to you.
Okay, when was redlining happening now?
Redlining has
Was
been
that
happening
because-
solidly since like the late 1800s.
Well, it wasn't happening in the north. There wasn't a significant body
Yeah.
of black people in the north.
But it was. But it was. But it was.
So Jovan, you want me to tell me to not trust my eyes? I've witnessed black adolescents steal a man's car. I've witnessed
Oh
them
my
steal
gosh.
his car.
I've seen white
care about your
adolescents. I've witnessed white adolescents steal a man's car.
Prosecuted because they were
I witnessed.
15,
I
because they
witnessed.
were-
I have witnessed a person commit a crime. Damn. Incredible. Incredible.
Last night, I'm gonna have to mute you again, Tim. Last night, I actually saw 1,700 white teenage boys commit crime. I witnessed all of them, me, myself, and I. Here's the fun part about our eyes, Tim. Some people need glasses, so I don't care what you see with your eyes. It doesn't mean jack shit to me. It means less than jack shit to me. Now I'll unmute you again, but unfortunately, you got to stop with the white nonsense, Tim. You just have to.
Jovan, simultaneously you deny that black people are committing more crime, and you have reasons
Nope.
for why they do.
They're not.
Nope.
Sorry,
nope.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
help you out. Go ahead.
Wait, no, hold on. I actually don't deny this. Per capita, black people engage in more. Hold on. They engage in more of specific types of crime. White people engage in more sexual assault. White people engage in more grand theft auto. White people engage in more fraud, right? There are different types of crime that each group engages in more. But the crimes that we see come from the black community are predominantly crimes that are led by poverty.
There's actually
And
only
this is a group. Oh, sorry,
there's
go
only
ahead, Ari.
two. There's only one statistic that that black people lead in, and that's robbery. And this is according to FBI statistics.
You're talking about in absolute numbers. When you have
An absolute
4 times
number?
the population of white people compared to black people.
Yeah, this is taking out per capita. Taking out per capita, black people have committed 52.7% of all robberies, arrests, not convictions, arrests within the United States. Taking away per capita.
When you live in a certain neighborhood, you're not going to experience the absolute numbers. You're going to experience the per capita numbers.
Tim, I hate to just, I hate
You're gonna experience the per capita numbers.
Tim, I hate to go here again, but why is it that you separate the crime from the socioeconomic conditions that lead to people committing those crimes?
I don't. I think that's a factor, sure. That doesn't explain. That doesn't.
So okay, so Tim, hold on. Okay, Tim. Okay,
sorry.
if that's not the factor, Tim, if that's not the factor, so what is it? Are black people just more likely to commit crime? Why, Tim?
Well, maybe it's their community and they need to do something. They need to
what about their community breeds crime?
What about their community? The promotion of violence through.
How do black people promote violence more than white people?
The rap music.
How does black culture
Thank you for the tier 1, fake Alec Al Parker. Weren't you supposed to, commission me today or something? Hello.
Violence any more than white culture does?
Rap music.
Do you think heavy metal music? Do you think
I
heavy
should eat dinner.
metal music doesn't promote violence? I can play you a heavy metal song tomorrow. I could play you a rock song tomorrow about people beating their wives.
Or you can just do let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
White people's favorite show was The Sopranos. That didn't glorify violence. That didn't glorify crime. Watching The Sopranos every weekend on HBO.
25-year-old show.
Is that why he's saying that white people do more illegal substances because all of their rock songs are about doing fucking drugs?
No.
Why do white
As
people
somebody that
rape?
loves rock music, so
Tim, why do white people commit more rapes? Why do white people commit more rapes and sexual
Because
assaults?
they're higher.
What is it
number.
about their?
Because there's more white people.
No, Tim. Jesus Christ, Tim. Per capita, they do. Per capita.
No,
per capita, which is again the statistic that helps
Yes, it
white
is.
people.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Does
You're
it
saying white
offend
people
you?
commit more rapes per capita?
Per capita,
That's not true.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hey,
it is.
You need to
Tim.
look into that because that's not true.
I have.
But anyway.
Tim, quick
I didn't
question. Quick
want to get it.
question.
You wanted to pray.
Quick
you wanted-
question.
Hold on.
No,
you
no.
wanted to,
Oh my God, crashing out.
No, wait a second. Thank you. And I'll
Does he
ask
think
the
it's
same
Tim
question
still
to
here?
Jovan. Okay. So we'll see how both people react here. Would it surprise either one of you? And I already am 99% sure I know what Jovan's answer is going to be. Would it surprise
Now I'm
either
gonna be a
one of
wild
you
card.
that 98% of all sexual violent crimes are committed by men?
Oh, no.
No, would not
surprising at all.
Does it offend you at all, Tim? Or Jovan?
Nope.
Does it offend me? No, it's just a number.
Oh,
It doesn't offend me.
it's just a number.
It's not just a number. No, there's a-
Interesting. Wait. No. I'm so sorry. It's just a number. And yet, wait, hold on. Why are you so upset about
believe your number. No, I
black
believe your
people
number. I
committing
believe your
crimes?
number.
Yeah. So why are you so upset when Jovan says that it's just a number that white people commit more rape?
I understand there's
Oh God.
consequences of that number, but I agree with you. I'm not going to get offended by the truth.
Okay, so then fantastic.
did.
The truth is that white people commit more rape in the United States of America.
Yeah, but what you're talking about? You're not talking about. That's an absolute number. How is that? That's like saying, well, black people commit more crime in Nigeria. Well, no shit.
Am I supposed
Or
to include
Chinese
the
people
entire
commit more
world
crime in
now?
China. Well, it's the
Wait,
same
what
concept.
country are we in?
It's the same concept. No, it's a metaphorical comparison. It's a comparison.
A metaphorical
You can
comparison.
use the same logic. It's the same logic. Chinese people generally commit very low amounts of crime, but in China they commit the most of crime because
Per
they're all
capita.
Chinese.
Tim. It's per capita, which is a number that helps white people in these statistics. It puts them, you do it as 1 out of every 100,000 has committed XYZ, and that's how they group it together. And then that brings down that statistic, and it assists white people with having lower statistics, because if we just did it by the bare bone total numbers and we didn't adjust it at all, right, for the levels of population, then it would be higher.
Okay, Ari, if let's say I went to Japan and Japan starts to say,
Holy
we have
shit.
a problem with
We're talking about the
this
United
foreign
States.
democrat-
I'm not listening to you
Okay,
go
but
on another
it's not-
country.
it's the same concept though. Like you're not.
Sure, in Japan, there's maybe
if
3 black
Japanese
men that
people-
commit an entire crime within Japan in an entire year. Boom, point solved. Can we stick with the United States of America?
Oops.
I thought you only cared about the U.S.
You're not even trying to like wrap your head around it though. You're not trying to. I didn't want to make this a conversation about that. I just wanted to point out
Yes,
that
you
you
did.
will not criticize anyone but white people.
What am I supposed to criticize them on? You haven't provided that. I've asked that multiple times.
Oh, so you'll go through an entire pill poll about why this is not true or it's not. There's no personal responsibility on. Black people have no personal responsibility for any of the problems in their community.
Hey,
But white people have
I'm gonna actually
responsibility
I'm gonna actually go full tilt on this, Tim. Personal responsibility is a myth. It's a myth. Humans
Personal
are
responsibility
byproducts.
is a myth.
Humans are byproducts of the environment in which we're
True.
raised. And to act like you can personal responsibility your way out of your environment is survivorship bias. Because some people have the ability to do it. You believe everyone should be able to personal responsibility their way out of basic human psychology. It's a
so-
pseudo-intellectual talking point.
Okay, so when a black man pushed a white man into the train tracks that was because he was poor. He had to do that because of his socioeconomic status. Into the subway
Tim,
in New York City. That was because of his
Tim, this isn't even a well
socioeconomic-
thought out argument. This is such a lazy
Personal
argument.
responsibility is a myth.
This is so lazy,
So
Tim.
whatever I do, so Joe
It's
Biden,
lazy.
whatever
It's
I
lazy.
do, whatever the next person does, it's not their personal responsibility. They were
I'm
predisposed
curious
to
when
it
anyone
anyway.
has said that.
Tim, it's
So if your
interesting
friend,
that
like,
you.
hits you in the
It's
face-
interesting, Tim. Tim, it's interesting that you only hear what you want to hear out of the things that I say.
True.
That's so interesting.
right. That's,
That's just so interesting.
That's a very profoundly wrong statement. That
It's
personal
not.
responsibility is a myth.
What did I say immediately after that, Tim? What was my explanation for that claim?
People are predisposed by their environment,
Yep.
but that doesn't explain 100%. You still have there are other groups in this country that supposedly in our white supremacist system manage
Okay,
to end
Tim,
up
let me ask you a
making more
question.
money,
Tim, let me ask you a
having lower
question.
crime rates
Tim,
than we
let's
do-
say
than white people.
Tim, let's say I have two 5-year-olds, okay? And one 5-year-old is raised in a family of that's living in poverty, and the other 5-year-old is raised by a wealthy family who lives in like abstract wealth. Okay. Now let's say the first 5-year-old goes to school. Let's say this first what?
Is it abstract wealth? Abject wealth? I don't
know what the fuck I said. Who cares? Let's say this first 5-year-old
Who's
who's
in
raised in poverty is on their way to school. Now, because they're poor, they go to a very underfunded school in an inner city location. Their classroom has 30 plus kids to class. They cannot afford
30,
proper
30 children per class is pretty normal, to be honest.
meals. So they rely solely on school breakfast and lunch. That's their biggest reliance of food. They cannot afford proper school clothes. So they get mocked and made fun of at school all day. They can't afford extracurricular activities because they have to go home to look after their two other siblings when they get off of school. Now let's talk about the 5-year-old that grows up in wealth. That 5-year-old goes to private school. They get picked up after school by a nanny. They get home to their parents waiting for them after their days of work. They eat 3 square meals a day plus 2 snacks.
Ooh.
Their school is private. It's got 1 teacher to like 15 kids per classroom.
That's
They
a
do
pretty small classroom.
soccer and gymnastics and dance and chess club and piano lessons. Now, one of those kids is way more likely to engage when they are older in not only crime, but even violent crime. Do you know which one it is?
The rich kid.
Obviously the poor kid.
Why?
Because, well, I'm not sure the argument you're going to make. You think it's out of necessity or because they're disturbed by...
I'm wondering why.
Well, it could either... there could be influence because they have a necessity to get things, and then there's also they might just be mentally disturbed.
So I won't say disturbed. That's a weird way to put it. But I will say this 5-year-old's going to experience a bunch of trauma. Trauma from poverty, possibly PTSD from living in poverty, in abject poverty. They're going to experience trauma because of their school life. They're going to experience trauma because of their parents, just possibly trauma from neglect, even if their parents aren't meaning to neglect them. They're going to experience trauma, and they're going to also experience needs that they cannot meet. So now they've grown up in poverty and they see all these other people in the world grow up in wealth and luxury. And they're like, oh man, I just want, and I want, and I want. So now they get older. Now they get older. And now their trauma has sort of informed the way that they're going to behave as a 10-year-old, as a 15-year-old, as a 20-year-old. How they were raised and that trauma from being poor is going to affect every aspect of their life. They weren't able to afford proper medical health. Their school didn't have proper counseling. Now they're more likely to get into fights in school because their self-worth is so low from living in poverty. And they're more likely to get in fights outside of school, and they're less likely to get a higher education. And they're more likely to not be able to hold down a steady job. But what you want me to do is believe that the group of people who have been systemically, through policy, forced into lives like this.
All right.
They just need to have a little bit more personal responsibility. They just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. It's not like they were targeted for 70 plus years under racial covenant laws. It's not like there are still deeds on homes today that's still in the bylaws say those homes can't.
Okay, I want to listen how it ends.
Like, that's just helped my point.
Okay, how would you explain then in this white supremacist country how the Indian population does so well and is the highest earning group as far as I know?
The Native Americans in the U.S. are not doing that great from what I've know.
Sorry,
How do you
when you
explain
say
that?
when you
What?
I'm sorry. Are you talking about people from India?
Yes, I'm talking about people from India.
Oh,
how they
have
do
brown skin,
so
and they
well.
do very well in our supposedly white supremacist country.
I thought he was talking about
How do they do it?
Native
They're
Americans.
Asians. India is a part of East Asia. Also, it's pretty fucking dumb to say that all Indian Americans are black. Or sorry, not black, brown.
South Asia, actually. Sorry, that's South Asia, just so you know, not East Asia.
East Asia.
That's not a racial group, by the way. That's a geographic
Asia is a
location.
racial group, just so you know.
And the
Indians are
numbers.
not genetically the same as Chinese people, or even
I'm not
Chinese
making that
people
claim.
aren't genetically the same as Koreans, but they're both Asian. I'm not genetically the
No,
same
it's
as
not-
somebody
it's
from
not the same.
Jamaica, but we're both black.
no, that's not the same.
It's exactly the same.
What?
Indian people are related to either like Dravidian or Caucasian people. They're not like East Asian. So I don't know why, if they were Asian, why would that excuse it anyway? That they're successful in spite of supposed white supremacy.
Just real quick, because maybe I'm high. What continent is India on?
Yeah, that's a geographic identifier. That's not their.
I'm lost. I'm lost. What this person is trying to.
Asian is a race. Yes, it is. Asian is a race.
No, I'm not trying to be offensive here, but the term they call them is the Mongoloid, the East Asian, are not the same as Indian people. Those are two different, distinct groups of people.
No, you
Have we had
don't
enough of
say
Tim
that.
yet?
I don't know if you realize this, but you should never say that M word because that is considered a slur. Stop. So why are people so dumb?
Okay,
Tim,
well,
Tim, what I'm going to need from Tim, Ari has a hard out pretty soon, and we have a litany of people in the call-in list. We are going to move on from, I know it's not February anymore,
Jesus.
but I still don't need the white nonsense. Goodbye,
It's okay.
Tim.
I was told on Sunday that it is Women's Mental Health Month. So thank you for helping my mental health.
Oh, it's Women's Mental Health Month. Okay, I'm gonna finish stream for now because I have to walk Fido. Thank you all for being beautiful. I'll see you later today. I'll stream later today again. Probably stream politics because there's a bunch of political topics that I want to talk about, like Russia being bailed out by the United States, the Polish president deciding that Poland does not need the money for it from the European Union to strengthen Poland's military. Iran topics are always good. Russia helping Iran, the United States bombing schools. Oh, Donald Trump saying that actually, even though he begged Ukraine for help, he actually did not need Ukraine at all. Like, people were happy when the United States asked Ukraine for help, saying that, okay, it seems like now Trump has to recognize that Ukraine has cards. But you know what? No, actually, Trump just used Ukraine's help and said, fuck it, we never needed them. We got the best drones ourselves. Who cares that he asked for cheap interceptor drones from Ukraine? Well, whatever. We're going to talk about it when it's time for politics. But there are a few topics that I want to go over tonight. We're going to do it. Maybe we'll play some games later. Again, I'm still fundraising. This is a fundraiser. I need support. I'm going to talk to you all later. Oh yeah, of course, because Russia throws everybody under the bus, always. That's the status modus operandi of Russia. I would have never expected anything else. And of course, Russia is super profiting from the United States loosening sanctions on Russia. This is amazing. Okay, I'll see you. I don't know. Should I raid you to President Sunday? Why not? Let's just go to President Sunday. Go to President Sunday and say, and tell him that he does a lot of philosophy.